Hi, welcome to the last day of our planning for our fable. Let's review. A fable is a fiction short story where the setting usually takes place outside. The animals are characters that act a lot like people. They have character traits, right? Just like people would. And there is a moral or a message to the story. There is something that you're going to take away as a reader from this. So we've spent a lot of time talking about planning for our characters, figuring out what the moral is and what the setting of our story is going to be. So let's review what I have, and you have to review what you have as well. My two characters are Dog and Snake. Dog is loyal, hardworking, and focused, while Snake is deceitful and he plays tricks on others and he's not hardworking. And my setting is going to be the morning in the desert. So when I think about a desert, I think about how hot a desert is during the day and then how cold it gets at night. So having that background knowledge will really help me when I'm planning this. All right, so today we're going to think about a problem. So what you need to have a problem in your story in which a character will try to solve it. And by having that problem and by the character solving it, you're allowing your character to arrive at a lesson. All right. So we're going to be watching this video, and it's called Plot Mountain. And a plot is called a story plot. And stories have a certain thing that they need in it, and it kind of goes along with like a mountain. And by having all these different pieces in it, it helps you to have a really good writing piece and also a really good story. So let's go ahead and we're going to watch this Plot Mountain and figure out which parts we already have and what parts we need to add into it.
If you're going to Plot Mountain, you gotta start somewhere. We'll call this the introduction. And guess what happens there? You describe the characters and the settings. That's who, what, when, and where. The characters are the people that are there. What do they look like? Why should we care? And the setting is the place where they be. What exactly do the characters see on their way to Plot Mountain? At the start of Plot Mountain, you're gonna have to go up. We call this the rising action, and here starts the plot. There's a conflict in the story. You should describe exactly what. Like a character has a problem to work through with themselves or the world. What should they do? Or maybe there's some big arguments, or some dramatic natural events on the way up Plot Mountain. Keep going up Plot Mountain until you reach the top. We call this the climax, and here you cannot stop. You must face the biggest problem that leads to a turning point. Here the story is the most intense with emotions, drama, and suspense. But action like this cannot stay. The story must change and go a different way on the top of Plot Mountain. After the top of Plot Mountain, you're gonna start to go down. We call this the falling action, and it lasts until flat ground. There's still action in the story, but it will start to slow down. So the worst is over, yeah, the worst is through, but now what will the characters do? There are still some problems, how long will they last? And don't forget the ending is coming fast all the way down Plot Mountain. After climbing down Plot Mountain, well, it's gotta end somewhere. We call this the resolution, and what will happen there? You should answer all the questions until you are aware that the conflicts in the story from before aren't there anymore, unless there's gonna be a sequel or a part 2, and then you'll have to think, what will the characters do the next time on Plot Mountain?
All right. So here we got to talk about the different pieces that make up Plot Mountain. We already have our introduction, right? Right now what we're going to work on is our problem and resolution. So up here it said your fable will have to have an ongoing issue or problem that needs to be resolved to teach children your message. Remember, in the case of the boy who cried wolf, fables do not always have to have a happy ending. You're going to identify the problem and resolution here. I already typed it because when I start to try to type while filming, it gets very glitchy. So, but on your slide deck, this is going to be blank. So I said that the problem was that dog knows that nighttime is going to be super cold, and he spends the day looking for shelter. His friend, Snake, spends the day slithering around playing tricks on Dog. Dog gets mad and leaves Snake. So that's the problem. The problem is it's going to be cold, right? Dog's working really, really hard. But Snake, he just kind of just going around and playing tricks on the dog. So I have to think about, like, how will I arrive at that lesson or that message that the reader can take away? So my resolution is going to be that dog was looking for shelter, right? So the resolution is going to be that he finds the shelter. But Snake, he spends the night outside in the cold. All right, and we're going to expand a little bit more on that, but I need to think about what is my problem and how is that problem solved. So the problem was that they needed shelter. Dog spent the day looking for shelter. Snake did not. And how is that solved? It was solved because dog found shelter, but Snake did not. So if you need help with this, please feel free to reach out to me with this part of it, okay? But I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Have fun.